Most people set up a self-watering bed and still end up watering it by hand every other day. That happens because one small step gets skipped during the build. By the end of this, you will know exactly how to set up a self-watering bed that genuinely waters itself, so you can walk away for a week and come back to healthy plants. A self-watering bed works on one principle. Water sits in a reservoir at the bottom. A wicking layer above it pulls moisture up into the soil. The roots grow down toward that moisture. You are not flooding the bed from above. You are letting the plant drink from below, on its own schedule. That is the whole system. There are two versions of this build. The first uses a raised bed with a liner and a separate reservoir chamber. The second converts a deep container. The steps are almost identical. We are building the raised bed version today. Get these ready before you start. You need a raised bed at least 30 centimeters deep. You need a heavy-duty pond liner or thick black polythene sheeting. You need overflow pipe, inlet pipe, and a length of agricultural drainage pipe or perforated pipe. You need a bag of coarse gravel or perlite. You need your soil and compost mix for the growing layer above it. That is your full kit. Lay your liner inside the raised bed. Press it firmly into the corners. You want no gaps at the base. The liner creates the reservoir, so it has to hold water. Fold and staple the excess liner at the top edge of the bed. Do not cut it yet. Leave about 5 centimeters of liner above the soil line for now. Drill or punch a hole through the side of the bed and the liner together. Place it at exactly 15 centimeters from the base of the liner. This is your overflow point. When water hits this height, it exits the bed. This stops you accidentally drowning your roots. Push your overflow pipe through the hole. Seal around it tightly with waterproof tape or silicone. Water will find any gap, so check it twice. Fill the base of the lined bed with coarse gravel or perlite up to the overflow pipe height. This is your reservoir. It holds the water without becoming a stagnant pool. Spread it level. 15 centimeters of gravel is your target depth. Cut a section of perforated drainage pipe about 40 centimeters long. Stand it upright in the center of your gravel layer. Pack it tightly with your growing mix, pressing it down firmly. This column is the bridge between the reservoir and the soil above. It is how moisture travels upward. Do not skip this piece. Without it, the wicking action is unreliable. Take a straight pipe, at least 2 centimeters in diameter. Push it down through the gravel at one corner of the bed, all the way to the base. This is how you fill the reservoir from above. It bypasses the soil entirely and delivers water straight to the bottom. Cut it so it sits about 10 centimeters above the top of the finished soil level. Now fill the bed above the gravel with your growing mix. A good ratio is roughly 60% topsoil and 40% compost. Fill to about 5 centimeters below the top of the bed. Firm it down lightly with your hands. Do not compress it hard. You want loose, open structure so roots can move through it easily. Pour water slowly down the inlet pipe until it runs out of the overflow hole. That tells you the reservoir is full. It will take more water than you expect the first time. That is normal. You have just primed the system. Now leave it for 24 hours. Check the soil surface. It should begin to feel damp from below. If it does, the wicking is working. Plant into the growing layer exactly as you would any bed. Space your crops normally. Water the surface once after planting to help settle roots into the soil and give them their first drink from above. After that, you feed the system only through the inlet pipe. Surface watering is done. The reservoir sits at the base. The wicking column carries moisture up. The overflow pipe keeps the water level safe. Fill through the inlet pipe only, and the bed manages itself between refills. Most setups need topping up roughly once a week in dry weather, less in cooler months. So, over to you. When you have tried bottom-up watering before, even in a simple pot, did you notice your plants actually doing better, or did you find yourself second-guessing whether anything was happening? Tell us in the comments because it helps to know what people are seeing out there before they commit to a full build like this. That is one more method you can actually use. Subscribe to Grow A Lot Studio, and I will keep showing you exactly how it is done.